Welcome back. In the previous video, we understood conceptually about the data duplicate check. As a part of this video, we will take an example and see how do you validate the duplicates in the target table. I am there in a database called validations. We have few tables. I'm creating a table called customers. I'm loading the data into this table. So let us look at the data of this table. Please consider this as a target table. So start from DWH underscore CUST. This is our data. You can see order ID is there, customer ID, phone number, food ID, food name, food cost, service type, and rating from 1 to 5. This is our target table. So how do you validate whether each of the column or combination of the columns have duplicate or not? Instead of directly giving you the final query, we'll take a step-by-step approach. If you want to check whether order ID has duplicate values, how do you do that? You group by that and count. You'll get to know whether you have duplicate or not in order ID. Let's do that. Oh, there is a duplicate. How am I doing it? I am grouping by on the order ID and selecting only those orders which are having count greater than 1. In this case, we got 2 order IDs which are having a count more than 1. Does that mean these 2 are duplicates? Maybe, may not be. Let us extend our query. Instead of only grouping by order ID, let us group by on the customer ID also. See how the results are there. Oh, this also appears to be duplicate. We have 5007 duplicate order ID, 303 customer ID. Do you think it is duplicate? Maybe, may not be. Let us extend our query. Oh, look at this. In all these 3 queries, we feel there is a duplicate. But instead of looking at only a couple of columns, let us extend this to all the columns. Then we'll get to know whether we have duplicate or not. So if you see, I'm grouping by all the columns, right? We'll get to know whether we have duplicate or not by grouping by all the columns and counting the records which are having more than 1. Let's execute this. Look at this. We got only one order ID which is having duplicate. But how do you validate that the earlier one was not having a duplicate? We'll come to that. First, in this case, since we are grouping by all the columns, if all the columns have duplicate values, then only we'll get this particular record. Otherwise, we wouldn't get. Let me say that it is definitely duplicate. It should not be there in the target table. This is a defect. You have to log a defect. But let us go back and see why 5007 is not a duplicate. Let us go ahead and select this. I'll say select. This is our query. I want to check only where order ID is 5007. If you see this order ID and customer ID and also service type, if you query only these 3 columns, it looks duplicate. When it comes to food name, the customer has ordered different food items. That is the reason it is not the duplicate. So wonderful. We understood step by step how do we go about finding the duplicate values. So instead of writing a query on only one column, for you in the project, you should write on all the columns to find the duplicate values. Wonderful. Thank you.